This is day 159 of Zohar Pshat, and we're in the so-called Stone Daf Yud Ches and base. We're up to Esev Avodah, which is more or less halfway down the page. We're counting the lines: 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20 lines down. Esev Avodah. So Desheh is Matziyah Chotze Behema. It's on a spiritual level. It's something which is higher than simple teva, but Esev doesn't work very differently. It is important to remember, which is the Zohar is the work of Shem Bar Yochai and his school of thought, and that means there's no real teva in the world. Everything is Ratzon Hashem, pure and simple. It's just that some teva is concealed and some nes is revealed, but it's really all the same, and therefore there is no such thing as the natural course of events, at least not in a normal way. That's one of brachas where Shimon Chai says that Wasafta Gonecha should not be something which is required by Jews to do. If anything, whether it's done by non-Jews or it's done by people who are not suitable for learning, or it's done by people by Malach HaShoris, as seems to be the case here. If Am Yisrael does the Ratzon Hashem, then the things will grow appropriately, and you won't need to have, like Rabbi Shmuel says, Wasafta Gonecha. Rabbi Shmuel's one who holds that there's a concept of Ishtadlus in this world, and without Ishtadlus nothing gets done. But Rosh Hashanah is not of necessarily that opinion. The question is whether when he came out of the Ma'ara the second time, he changed his mind, like some people say. They say, you know what, the Zaken who's running with the two Adasim, Echel Keneged Shomar, Echel Keneged Zohar, Echel Keneged Shomar, represents the idea of being in this world and working in this world and the necessity of Ishtadlus in this world. Okay, that's something which is interesting discussion, but not for understanding the Zohar Kodesh. So the idea of the Zohar Kodesh is, Eisla Avodah Adam. What does Avodah Adam mean? It doesn't mean necessarily, according to the Zohar, to go and work the ground. This is not Bnei Akiva. This is not Torah of Avodah. This is a Avodah of higher in Yonim, right? So this is the it's Malachim. Ein chokol Esev Esev she'ein malach mazel malach only lo makeu malu elo gdal. You think that you're when you cultivate the grass, that's what cultivates the grass. No, it's Avodas Hashem which cultivates the grass, because ultimately the chiyus of the grass also comes from finding mekuvim b'chayos. That's what Zohar tells us here. The kulam etaknon go tikunayun, and all of them are fixed in the way they are fixed. The kaimel is takona, and they're prepared to be fixed that way. B'shaitim inasho asyan, when people come to pulchon of the moreon, when people come to be Oved Hashem. B'korbonos, with their Korbonos, u'v'tzlosoro, and with their davening. To da you avodas adam. V'yechelokim b'ganein lo'avdo l'shamra, according to the Zohar Kodesh, is to be, as I assume we'll see when we get there, I think I recall this correctly, that the Avodah is Avodas Hashem, not to worship, not to work the ground. Shomer is Avodas Hashem. Dom it's a say, dom it's a slow say, I think is what the Zohar says there. Again, when we get there, we'll see it. And it says that the Chomer Levenim, right? The Chomer is the Kava Chomer. The Levenim is the Libun Sugya. I forget what the exact notion is. So this whole notion of Avodah is Avodah on a different plane of existence, which translates for people who live al pi teva, who are not zeicha. The Kruvim don't face each other properly. That's the way Nefesh Chaim explains what's going on there in Brachas. And the Kruvim of Nefesh Chaim don't face each other properly. So then you need to have Avodah Adam in the simple sense. But here in Gan Eden, right? That's certainly, and even at the Gan Eden, people live on the astral plane of Shem Bar Yochai wants them to live on. So then Avodah Korbonos, and Avodah Tefillah. Avodah is not working the ground. The Esev do is damin v'satin le'avodas adam. This Esev, the grass is prepared and anticipates the avodah of a person. These takoram tikunei kriyos, it to be fixed in its proper fixing as appropriate. Kan inu mistakin bahi avos adam, and when they fix themselves in that avodas adam, sarbi nayu, then afterwards, nafke mezone v'trafin la'alma. Mazonos and the supplies, food and supplies come to the world. To bring bread from the earth. Eventually, in Gan Eden and in the Osi Lovo, we don't even have to work the grain into bread. Eretz Yisrael produces bread. We're in the right madrega, so then the bread comes forth from the trees. The Yimotzi Lechem Noretz. V'do Esev Mazria Zera. This is Esev Mazria Zera, because now we're talking about the astral plane of this world, but the way it's supposed to be conducted in this world, which is by impacting upon the Malachim through our Avodah Hashem. But that's Esev Mazria Zera, which produces the seeds for the next generation of plants. The Chatzila Mazria Zera. This is because the Chatz we talked about before. That was not Mazria Zera. That's something which is on a different astral plane, like we said. The Esha Kadisha. That was prepared for the Esha Kadisha, as we said. The Behemos Elef is a different level, a spiritual level completely. The Esev Kuna Alma, and Esev is for Tikkun Alma. Esev is for down here below. The Kol Daloti Lechem in Oretz. And all of this is to bring lechem in oretz, but not the chadach as well, because there's this koyach in this world, which is again not properly used in this world. It's really preserving thing the world to come, which is a fiery koyach, which is in the bria, which is in the chatzir lebehema. It's not accessible to us, but our Avodah Hashem also prepares that, and the Eish of our Avodah Hashem really has an impact on that Eish on that spiritual level as well. But again, there are two levels. The Mechla, the Izdam Mechla, the Eish Kadisha, the Eish Tikkun Alma. Chodo Ti Lechem in Oretz. All this bring lechem oretz, kol tikunim bnei nosha, kamisakle l'hai esev oretz. All this is being esev in oretz again. The ultimate preparation, which is for the Behemos Hariyef, which is over the course of the totality of history until the right time comes, and the daily avodah is to bring esev oretz, to bring sustenance to the world. Buchani don marein l'sapre deyan, the our avodas Hashem to sustain through us may oretz from this land tarfei umezoinei. Supplies and food, lai alma to this world, and for people to be blessed from the brachas on high. Okay, so even if we don't hold like even we're termed derech eretz people, we believe that no, really the world is one in which derech eretz is essential, and derech eretz is part of our avodas Hashem, and the Torah and sheish malacha seifel iskayim, and we believe all those things about being mekadesh the chol and making things in this world significant, and they are significant, etc., etc. But doesn't mean we completely reject Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. No, it's Torah im derech eretz, Torah im malacha. So of course everything has to be on two levels. According to Shimon Bar Yochai, it's all one level, and a lower level is a b'diavad. According to the Rebbe Shmuel, it's on two levels, and the lower level is the chatchila. But the point is that everything in our Avodah Hashem has an impact on this world in a way which we hope is positive, and we always have to have in mind when we have to say that like the tefillah, I want to machriya tzmi v'kol yisrael v'kol kol kav zchus. I want to change the world myself and all of Am Yisrael, all the world kav zchus. It means in merits, it's the spiritual merit, but also in the physical world that I should have the proper hashpah to bring down shefa, together with all the other necessary status in order the world should be the place it's supposed to be.